Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to watch and discuss after the new Matlock series. So it is starring Kathy Bates. It is not affiliated with the old Matlock, the Andy Griffith Matlock. She is an older woman who's getting into a law firm, or should I say a new law firm. So that's really all we know about the show, so I'm excited to see it. I guess it's a new take on Matlock with an older woman, and she kind of is underestimated, I guess, because of her age. So, but I'm sure she's going to prove everybody wrong. So I'm really excited to watch it with you. So we will watch it together, and then afterwards we can discuss. So right now, if you're going to watch it with me at the same time, because how fun is that? Right now, I've got the TV paused. At the very beginning is the first scene, and it just looks like skyscrapers in New York City. So, I'm really excited. Let's get into it. I'm going to count it down, and then I'll hit play, and we can watch it together. Ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Hmm? Okay, wow, wow. All right. Well, some high-tech lawyer just paid for her morning coffee. All right, here we go. She's walking into the office building. Hmm. Okay, well, she might have just conned her way in. This is going to start out looking really good. Walking into a meeting. Okay, here we go. Oh, she's speaking up in the meeting. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. They're like, don't give your opinion, honey. Mm. Whew. Okay. So here we go. So, just to catch up on the commercials, what did you guys think? First off, I think Kathy Bates is great. Um, so, right off the bat, they're starting you out with police corruption case. Um, it's very interesting because I feel like, obviously it's leading up to Madlock finding the smoking gun. But it's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to it. So let's just see. I feel like there's going to be twists and turns. Like I say, I was a fan of Matlock, but this obviously she keeps saying over and over again. Look, I am no affiliation with Matlock. It was a TV show. I'm a real lawyer, but she hasn't been in court or had been, an acting lawyer in 30 years. So I loved at the beginning. She played this stupid senior citizen and she made her way through everything. She made her way through getting a free coffee. She made her way through security. She made her way through the elevator. Even the elevator has a card. And she made her way right into the partners meeting, not just a business meeting, but just for partners of the law firm. She literally listened to them. She did her research. She went to the coffee shop when she knew that lawyer was going to be there. She overheard the lawyer talking on the phone, even got the lawyer to pay for her coffee for the opposing counsel. So, I mean, she obviously proved, she's smart. But I kind of like it, she's kind of playing that to her advantage. And I think everybody, has something that they can play to their advantage. You know what I mean? So it's going to be interesting. I think she's a sharp tack. So I'm very, very excited to see. And they're showing a preview for Lisbeth. I don't know if you've ever seen the show Lisbeth, but I love it. So I'm so looking forward to that coming back next month. So that's exciting, but different show. But let's just focus on what's going on with Matlock here. I think it's going to be really good. Let's see. All right, CBS logo coming up. We are back on the show. Let's get to it. uh, oh my gosh, she's killing me. Oh my gosh, Maddie Matlock. Little TMI. Then again, she's talking to an old prostitute, so. Mm. Ooh. Matlock's getting some info from the old prostitute. Oh my goodness! Madeline Matlock! Whoa. No filter, Madly. Uh-oh. Oh, I just love it. Okay, so we're on commercial again. First off, Maddie has no filter at all. I understand when she went to talk to the prostitute, obviously, she needed to, say something to kind of get her on her side, but wow, she went a little intimate there. However, it worked. She got to talk along with the prostitute to look at the sketch. She was able to kind of have her explain the sketch. So, I mean, what she's doing is working. She's getting a little personal. In order to get on the good side of the lawyer, she has to negotiate, the divorce, which is definitely sticky because obviously her father-in-law, who she's divorcing his son, is the partner of the law firm. But it feels like everybody's kind of on good terms. So I really like what the man said. Well, we're in a divorce, so you're not going to be my father-in-law for long. And he was like, father-in-law for life. So I feel like that's good. And I feel like even though they're divorcing, it seems like they kind of have the firm and their good intentions. So definitely jumping right into the first case as police corruption, which I don't have a problem with. I really I don't like to watch shows that have a lot of political, strain on every single episode. However, if it's a law show, a cop show, you're gonna see police corruption. So I'm not surprised by it, by no means. I just hope they don't do it with every single episode. You know what I mean? But I really feel like as soon as they said that lower number, I knew there was something going on, because you don't settle for a really low number unless you kind of have some up your sleeve. So I kind of was waiting for that to happen. The police to release something, because they wouldn't have gone down on their offer if they didn't have something. So, but I always firmly believe in the good guy's gonna win. If you're telling the truth, if you're honest, it's gonna come out in the end. I'm a sucker for happily ever afters. This man was in prison for 26 years for something he didn't do. I want them to prove that he's innocent, and I want him to get what he deserves. If there's corruption, you wanna expose it. So I'm obviously, Matlock's going to the prison tomorrow to talk to the drug dealer from 26 years ago. And obviously, I am so hoping she does something to kind of find out what's going on. So definitely going to be interesting on how she gets him to flip. Love the way she's connecting with everybody. I just feel like, she's really doing well. And I just love that she's kind of using what she has. You know what I'm saying? We always say, use what God gave you. She's an older lady. She's using it to her advantage. Everybody thinks they're fumbling and don't know anything, and she's using it to her advantage. So I love that. So let's see what happens here. We're back. Now they're going to the prison. All right, let's see. She's good. Okay. Wow. Mm. They found her. Well, definitely getting interesting. So, I think, oh, this is getting interesting. So, I want to know what you guys think. So, if you have comments, definitely put them below. But, so basically, the two young interns basically, were telling her they could subpoena her. And Maddie basically said, honestly, we can't. It's too late in the trial. And basically told her the truth. And then the lawyer's mad because basically, you told her the truth because you felt bad for her. But you're an older white lady, so you feel bad because you pretend like, you can see yourself in her. Well, I can see myself in Raymond and his family. So I feel like that's just, that was very good dialogue because I feel like we always have to kind of, we can't always put ourselves in their shoes because obviously we're all different. We all live different lives. But we need to try to imagine or try to picture what it was like for other people because that's how we can relate to other people. If we all have different experiences, we have to be able to step back and go, okay, this was their experience. Everybody wants to live with their family. Everybody is looking out for their family. So Raymond's daughter is looking out for her dad and her family. So I understand the prostitute has teenagers. She's married. She has a different life. She doesn't want to testify. But in the end, you have to do what's right. We all have that conscience. She doesn't want to disrupt her family, but she needs to do what's right. She needs to set it clear. She needs to sit down with her husband and her kids and go, look, this is what's going on, and this is what I have to do. I have to make it right. I'm not that person anymore, but this happened to me, and me coming forward is going to save somebody else. Or I guess not save him because he's out of prison now, but you know what I mean? It's going to, prove that this person was innocent. So I feel like in this case, we need to go back and talk to that prostitute and try to get her to want to voluntarily do it. Because like I said, you got to do what's right, even if it hurts, because you know what? Doing what's right is not the coward way. Doing what's right is the brave way, because in the end, you have to do what's right. If you know something, you need to speak up, because too many people are believing lies, and they're going to continue to believe lies until we stand up for the truth. So I've always believed that. So I hope that's what happens. We will have to see when it comes back. We're still on commercial right now, but like I say, telling the truth is not the popular version. It's just what you have to do, So let's see what happens. Hopefully that's what I said is going to happen. Hopefully Maddie goes back to her and says, talks to her and basically convinces her, you need to do what's right. So let's see what happens. Hopefully that's what we'll see. Here we go. All right. Ooh, episodes coming back on Tracker. I don't know if you saw Tracker. Love Tracker. We'll be watching Tracker. Hopefully you'll be able to watch that with me later. That comes out next month. It's a great new show. All right, here we go. We're back. Hmm. So the daughter's on the stand. Yep, that's what I thought. Called it. Maddie goes back to the prostitute's house. She's going to talk to her, get to convince her. Mm. Okay. Well, obviously, part of the show is the law part. So, that's what we just saw. But interesting. I thought Matlock was going to convince the prostitute to do the right thing, to testify. But she just gave us a little bite, I guess. She's basically saying, "Hey, an owner of a restaurant saw me fight off the guy, and then he's the one who walked me to the police station." So she might be safe. She might not have to testify. She might be able to get her story out by having the owner of the Greek restaurant testify. And I still think she should, because even though we try to run away from our past, if the past catches up to us and it can be a good thing, I think she should. But if the show was going to go towards let the Greek restaurant owner testify instead, still proves the case, still gets Raymond's family, still proves the case, and she can save her identity. That works too, because she's correct. Unfortunately, even in the society now, prostitutes probably aren't going to carry much weight. Same thing as drug dealers. They're just not looked on as reliable. And she was intoxicated at the time, I believe. So maybe she wouldn't be a liable, credible witness. I don't know. But basically Matlock is reaching out to that Greek restaurant owner. And if he can testify, hopefully that'll be enough. So that's very, very good news. So I really hope this helps the case. Because if there was a cover-up, you want to expose that. You know what I mean? I really hope that the restaurant owner can at least collaborate her story. And so it's going to be interesting. Hopefully they can get that owner back on. And this was 26 years ago. So owner of a restaurant, probably an older gentleman. So we're lucky he's still alive this long past. So let's see how it goes. Very exciting. Haven't watched a law show in a while, so I really hope that, this can end well. Obviously, Maddie Matlock has done great. She has come so far in a couple of days that these two little interns didn't do in 6 months. However, that being said, the interns are still getting evidence. So, I mean, Maddie is doing well, but they're getting on their little phones and getting the information and getting in the records. So they are doing well, I think. The two interns are definitely, I think the three of them together. I don't want to say they're not doing any work, because they are. They're crunching the numbers. They're getting it. Matlock's doing work, and then they're finding the person. You know what I mean? So I feel like together as a team, they're doing really well. So in the future episodes, I hope the two interns are still with Maddie, because she is older and she's not very that great with technology. So she does need somebody to help her along. So I feel like everybody brings something to the table. So even though they're kind of, hey, the interns are young and they're not doing anything, they are still doing the research, and Maddie. So I think it's a great team. So I'm really hoping they stay as a team. Everybody has something to contribute. Everybody brings something to the table. So really excited to see. We are gonna see what happens. It's coming back. All right. We'll see what happens with Maddie. All right. All right, here we go. Woohoo! Whoa, she just proved it. She just proved the police covered it up, buried it. Oh, see, I knew Maddie would come through. And look, the prostitute didn't have to testify. Told you I'm a sucker for happy endings. Maybe a coworker. Yay! Oh my gosh! She got a permanent position. What? What just happened? What? 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 Oh my gosh, what did I just watch? Uh-oh. What's she looking at? Is this an unsolved case? Let's see. Oh, I was right. Ooh. Ooh! Miss Matlock! Oh, yeah! Okay. Well, we got a lot to talk about. All right, so we're gonna wait. It just finished. They're gonna show some episodes for the next, or show a preview for the next episode. So we'll definitely watch that in a couple minutes. But whoo, we got a lot to talk about. So definitely great to watch. I mean, she's amazing to watch, and I kind of expected that because she's playing up, everything. I feel like we all have a card to play. And I agree with her. An older senior citizen lady, they are pretty invisible. They can get by, and so I loved everything on how she manipulated her way through. You know what I mean? Not really manipulated, but generosity, kindness. People are like, oh, sure, come on. I did not see the ending coming. I mean, I'm shocked. She's this millionaire. She is raising her grandson. That's true. Her daughter did die of drug overdose. But I did not see this coming. And I love this because this is setting it up for the whole episode. I mean, for her backstory. So basically, the law firm, a main partner. Hold on. Let's see. This season of Madness. All right. So I just saw the preview for basically setting it up. So, I mean, so much to talk about. Seriously, so much to talk about. Episode obviously was exciting. Once you saw it was about police corruption, you were like, okay, that's a real thing. We need to get the justice. I expected Maddie to go back and talk with the prostitute, obviously. As I mentioned previously in the first commercial break, your past is your past. You want to leave your past in your past, but if it comes up to save somebody else's life, or like I said, doing the right thing. In this case, since he witnessed it and actually walked her to the police station, the fact that he had a 911 call that they never logged, that was like okay, why didn't you log it? This is the police station. It's a recorded call. So that right there shows the cover up. So I think that's wonderful. I'm glad she got this win. It's nice that she didn't have to tell her family what was going on because, like I said, the Greek restaurant owner remembered it vividly, and we have the 911 call. So I like the way that happened. I like the way Maddie kind of got it into evidence. She's very sneaky that way. But oh my goodness, when she comes home and she has a butler and she's got a limousine and a driver and I guess it's not a limousine, but a driver she's got, and she has all this money and her husband's not dead and her grandson doesn't hate her, her grandson doesn't hate her. Yeah. I mean, and apparently from what we're going to see, the grandson is very savvy with computers because he's talking her through it. Made her the profile, made up the fake name. I mean, I'm intrigued. Like I say, I don't mind watching shows about police corruption because we know it's out there. We know it's true. We know it's there. I just don't want every single episode to be about police corruption because there are other things going on. But yes, we need to make people aware of what's going on in the real world and we need to address it. So I'm definitely glad they got the win. I'm glad they proved it. I'm glad he's going to be able to start that relationship back up with his daughter because it's a ripple effect. It doesn't just affect the person that went to jail. It affects the family. It affects the surroundings. So I'm glad they can actually go forward, with their relationship. But Maddie I was stunned. So basically the last part of the show was a twist, not really a twist, but a backstory of her. Her name's not even Matlock, which I love that the grandson gave her that name because I just love it. I thought that was so cool. She's trying to take them down. So the partner of the law firm is an older white man. His son married her. They're getting a divorce. They have twin 8-year-olds, so they're going through a divorce. But they're the three main senior partners. The father-in-law, the son, and the daughter. So those are the main three pictures she has up there. So Madeline is her real name. She just has a different last name, Kingston, than Matlock that the grandson made up for her, and apparently made this whole social media profile for her. So she's going after them. She's basically saying her daughter died, and this company knew the opioids were dangerous and could have took them off the market and didn't. Probably for money. I mean, it's a law firm. I'm sure their client paid them or maybe they covered it up or anything like that. But that is what she wants to prove. So she's actually wanted to work at this law firm for pharmaceuticals, but that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to find evidence that they knew about it and didn't take the drug off the street, could have 10 years ago. And because of that, she's saying that resulted in her daughter's death. So it's going to be really interesting to see her kind of work her way into these cases to get close to these partners who have their own dynamic, you know what I mean? Because they're going through a divorce and there's a little bit of tension there. But she's going to try to kind of get in with them to figure it out. So definitely a great backstory. They're really setting it up for a very, very good season. So I have to say with this episode, I definitely feel like it was... you knew anytime you see police corruption, most of the time you're going to know that they're going to nail them. So, there wasn't that suspense there. There was kind of a suspense of how they were going to do it. Like I said, I thought they were going to convince the prostitute to testify. So I really like the little different spin on that. Like, oh, we've got another person. And I thought he was going to testify. And then they find the 911 case instead. So I like that. I like that better. I like that it was a 911 because there's an audible, and it's not just hearsay, because that's kind of when they get you, when it's hearsay. You know what you saw, but somebody's going to make it sound like you didn't. But a video or an audio, that's usually cut and dry unless it's it's been sliced. So that's very exciting. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, just make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.